So here we are then for a brand new episode of the MotoGP 20 career mode, and getting into things straight away. We've got a new chief engineer to consider, but more excitingly, we've got this. 3 little notifications, and we have a little bit more interest from Yamaha, Ducati and Repsol Honda. So let me know down below in the comments, if we got the opportunity to go to any of these 3 teams, which one would you prefer me to go to? Repsol Honda, Ducati or Monster Energy Yamaha? Let me know. My preference would be Monster Energy Yamaha, but I'm more than happy to go anywhere if we get an offer. But for now, we're 6 points clear over Marquez and in his Honda, and we're going to be heading out to our home Grand Prix next, which is going to be Silverstone and then Misano, which will be a pretty good race as well. So I need to get people back onto research, so I'll do that and then head down to qualifying. So here we are then, Q2. We narrowly scraped into Q2 actually. We only got fastest by about a tenth and a half over our teammate, I think it was. So yeah, pretty close then. Let's see what we can do then. We got about a 2-minute lap time, a 1:57.86 or something like that was the time that Marquez set. We did a low 58 in Q1, so I got about half a second to find, but I did it on my first flying lap in Q1, so yeah, we'll have a bit more practice under our belt now. So let's see what we can do here at our home Grand Prix, of course. We're about half a second off through the first sector now. I think we're going to struggle compared to Marquez here. We were pretty good here last season, but let's see if we can pull anything back. 3 tenths off of Dovizioso now. I've only just realised it's Dovi, not Marquez on pole. So we're 3 tenths off. Coming into the final sector, absolutely bomb it on the brakes into turn 16. A little bit wide there. That might cost us a few tenths. Bring it back through Luffield now. Take a wide line and pull it back on the power as early as possible. Now fly around the final corner if we can. Nice bit of grip through turn 18 and across the line. A little bit wide on exit, and it's 4 tenths off. It's only P8 here in qualifying, and I haven't really got enough fuel to go again, so P8 in the end, 4 tenths off. I think we can make it back up in the race, so I'm not too worried. Good that Dovi got pole and not Marquez, although I expect Marquez to really push it in the race. So I'm going to go for a medium front and a medium rear. That should do us nicely, and a full tank of fuel. Head down to the grid where hopefully we can get another podium at least. It might be another damage limitation race, but we did do really well out here last year. I think we got a podium last year. Winning an Aprilia as well. A very underpowered Aprilia at that point in time, but it's Dovizioso on pole. Let me know, do you want me to go Repsol Honda, Ducati or Monster Yamaha for our future next season if we get an offer from any of those teams? Where would you prefer me to go? My choice would be Yamaha, but I'm more than happy to change it based on what you guys think. But anyway then, come through turn 1, right next to the Yamaha boys there. They get a better exit than us. Alright, let's see, coming through sector 1, then nice past both Yamahas in one corner. It is Dovi that leads from Marquez, which is good. We need sort of Dovi to get a few results over Marquez, just to help stop Marquez overtake us in the championship, really. So only 5 laps around here because it is a long lap. So let's see, can we get Cal Crutchlow at the top of the hill? We're a bit far back, but it's not going to stop us. Good job he lifted up. We ran it deep, and he's glued to the back of us now, and we're into P5. Very aggressive there, but that's a home Grand Prix. If we want the results, we're going to have to push. But yes, we've got Dovi, who's very quick. Marquez is very quick. Quartararo, who's very quick and inconsistent, and Rins, who is usually quick, but we haven't seen much of him this season. He's had a fair few crashes as well on the Suzuki, which have hindered him, which isn't what he wants. I have a feeling that Rins is going to drop off the front 3 over the next few laps, so I need to get past Rins and his Suzuki if I can. I will be doing that very shortly. Mirror signal maneuver, I'm hoping, on Alex Rins. Go for a bit of power mode 2 out of here. Try and use some of our Aprilia power. Out the penultimate corner then. Power mode 2. Get a bit of slipstream on Rins. Come on. Oh, we're really pushing it. I couldn't do what Rins did to Marquez here last year. I'm going to go up the inside at turn 1 though. And that's not paid off for us. We've run it wide. Get back on the track. And we're slot in behind Alex Rins once again. Can we get him coming into turn number 2? Not quite. What about 3? Ooh, we're all over the back of him. I did say he was going to fall off the back of the top 3, didn't I? Well, he's doing just that. I'm going to get a bit of a cutback though on the power, asking a little bit too much from the rear as it slips and slides, and we're through on Alex Rins now. Slowly closing in on the top 3. Oh, as we lose the rear again. Very hot on the right hand side. Half a second off of the top 3. If we want to get on the podium, we're going to need to get past Quartararo, and we need to try and keep Marquez at bay in the championship if we can as well. So trying to get on the podium will be our best bet at trying to keep our championship lead. But Quartararo is going to be a tough old cookie to pass. I'm not going for any more fuel mode 2 on this lap. I'm going to save it a little bit for another few laps, and we'll go quickly at the end again. Maybe a hard rear would have been better because we're really overheating it. But we'll see. See if we can actually close down on the podium runners. We seem to be down a little bit on pace compared to the AI today. It's just some tracks seem to suit us more than others, and we can get the win quite easily, or at least a podium, and then others don't quite. So Silverstone doesn't seem to be that, but we're only a 10th off of the fastest lap of the race, which is Dovizioso. So I'm not too worried at this stage in the race. As if they suddenly bolt, then we're in trouble. But I've got extra fuel on board just to try and help us down the straights, which should find us a few tenths if we need it. And if I can look after the rear too, that'll be even better. Coming through sector 1 nice and smooth. Exit at turn 5. We've closed in a 10th on Quartararo through that first sector. No fuel mode 2 on this lap. I'm going to save it. We might need it to get some overtakes, but I'm going to go heavy on the brakes into Stowe. Quite bumpy at the top of the hill here, but the track has been smoothed out from previous years. I think Silverstone have been doing that. But we're on the brakes now, and we really do close up in sector 2 on Quartararo. We were so close on making contact. Come on. The good thing is Marquez isn't pressuring Dovi for the win at the minute, which is good. But Quartararo, we are really pushing onto the back of him, and I wonder if we can get past Quartararo, if we'll be able to get past Marquez as well. It's all a bit tight. Feeling the championship pressure, especially with Marquez ahead of us at our home Grand Prix. Not good for confidence, but we should be alright. So let's keep on pushing. 4 tenths off of Quartararo now. Lost a little bit of time in the 3rd sector, so sector 2 seems to be our quick sector, and I think sector 4 probably is quite quick for us as well compared to the guys ahead. So I need to watch out in sector 1 and sector 3. We'll probably be down a little bit on pace. I'm talking it's literally marginal. When I say I'm quicker, I'm probably a 10th quicker in that sector, and if I'm slower, I'm probably a 10th slower, and it really does neutralise out over the course of a race lap. 59 flat, 58.7 from us. That has to be fastest lap of the race, and we're really closing down turn 1 now. I think that was a little bit of contact there with Quartararo. We're out wide again. I had to go real heavy on the brakes, but look at the right hand side of our rear tyre. Not looking healthy right now, and we switch it up the inside of Quartararo. We're into P3. What a lovely, lovely overtake that is. And now we can march onto the back of Marc Marquez now. We're doing okay for fuel. I'm going to have to use a bit of power mode 2 on this lap if I want to get anywhere near for the final lap. So that's going to be the strategy, but we're very late on the brakes there. That isn't going to help either. Quartararo might get us back. Get back on track. No, we stay ahead of Quartararo, luckily. The rear getting a bit out of shape through that. And back on the power now. Again, the right hand side asking for forgiveness, but we're not going to let go. If we want to catch up, we need to do something. It's these results here that could make or break the championship. Marquez will gain a few more points on us in this race, but if we get ahead of him, we will pull away a few more points, and you can win a championship by 1 point. So you really have to watch out. So power mode 2 again. Again, I can't get any grip out of the rear, and it's just thrown us offline. Quartararo's right there. Ooh, he's giving us a bit of damage, Quartararo. What's he doing? He can't overtake cleanly by the looks of it. Let's get him back. Side by side with the Frenchman. You're looking over your wrong shoulder. I'm here, mate. What's he doing? Looks like Marquez is pressuring Dovizioso. I've had a bit of a poor lap here, getting involved in some battles with Quartararo. Side by side at turn 1. I've got light damage as well. We've got to watch out for that. I'm going power mode 2 for hopefully the whole lap. That'd be great. A lot of the time when I go into the replay camera to get a screenshot for the thumbnail, look on the bottom right, look at the fuel. It just shoots all over the place. It's a bit of a weird glitch. Very annoying. And it seems to be when I go in the replays to get a screenshot. But anyway, this last lap has gone really nicely, and we're really pushing onto the back of these guys now. We've got power mode 2. I think there's enough to run to the end, but I don't trust that fuel gauge. But I'm going to have to risk it if we want to get him. Marquez has been pushing on this lap as well with 6/10 off. I didn't get a fabulous exit onto that straight, and Quartararo catches up a lot through that corner. On the brakes then. Into turn 16, Brooklands. We might be too far back to do anything on Marquez. I think we might. And I think it's going to go Marquez's way, and he's going to close us down in the championship. Yeah, he's going to close us down, and we're running wide on exit. Woohoo, I was pushing the tyres like crazy that race. Unfortunately, he did beat us, and we did 58.3 on that last lap. But Marquez just 2 points off of us. This is not good. This is getting pretty tight. Oh, fighting off the hiccups as well. Bloody things. Right. 1 point off they are as well, Honda. This is one intense race. One championship. This is crazy this season. Absolutely crazy. But a podium. Good damage limitation against Marc Marquez. San Marino's next up. A track we usually go well at, even with a struggle in Aprilia. So with a powerful Aprilia, we should do pretty well. So let's head down to qualifying out at San Marino, where hopefully we can get back on the top step. Not what I wanted. I'm probably not going to show many more of Q1, but I'm just going to say it's going to be absolutely peeing it down for this race weekend. So it's going to make it a little bit interesting. So let's see what we can do in qualifying 1 and 2. So then we made it safely into Q2 by about a second actually, so we've got a decent amount of pace. Currently, Marc Marquez is sat on the front row, pole position, with a 36.6 I believe. So let's see if we can beat that here in Q2. We're only a 10th clear of Marquez, and it's absolute torrential down the back end of the circuit. So let's see if we can hold on through the second half of the lap, where the rain seems to be a little bit worse. The rain might be worse, and it seems to have caught out our teammate there. But we're 3/10 up on Marquez's time. I mean 3/10 under. Coming around the final corner now. Let's see. Pretty good last sector. It's pretty easy to be fair. It's only like 2 or 3 corners. But coming across the line then. 36.5 is the time to beat. 36 flat from us on the Aprilia. Working well in the wet round here. Didn't work so good at the Saxon ring. But San Marino, a track I prefer, working well, and we're half a second clear of Marc Marquez. Is it going to be raining in the race? Ooh. The rain has stopped, but the track is still damp from Saturday, so this is going to be interesting. I'm going to go for a soft front and rear, a little bit of extra fuel, and let's go. Marquez is going to be on the front row with us. So is Valentino in the wet, obviously, he does well. So we've got to watch out for him. He could throw a spanner in the works. But our championship rival is going to be right next to us on the starting grid. Not what we want. Dobby right behind as well. I don't know where Quartararo is, but he's not really... Oh, there he is. Second row, 6th place. Let's see what we can do then. Over the line. And the launch is okay. Marquez is up our inside, and we're on the brakes into turn number 1. He's going to be there. Whoa! Dovizioso going nuts into turn 1. Side by side with Marquez still. He's got the inside line. Not a lot we could do about that, and he's through. But I've done a little bit of a cutback where we've got the inside line if I could outbrake. And there's a puddle there on the track. Got to watch out for that. Jeez. And Marquez into the lead of this race. Oh, he could close us down in the championship again if he beats us. But it's 7 laps ahead of us. A long way to go. He's only half a second clear, and we've got Crutchlow behind. Dovey really threw me off coming into turn number 1. He really did bomb it into there late on the brakes. But Marquez comes out on top, and we've got to chase him down now. We've got this back straight as well, and I just don't know how we're going to go in race conditions as I'm running it deep into turn 10. The controller's vibrating like crazy. Marquez taking a cheeky look back. I'm going to go power mode too early. I don't want to lose touch with the Spaniard. Again, it's a race like this which could make or break either of our championship. Out the final corner then, a little slip as we go over the rumble strip. And Marquez still leads the way. We've got Cal Crutchlow behind us, so we've got to watch out for him. Braking now down into turn number 1. I don't really know where to brake, and Marquez loses the rear end a little bit. But he's pushing like mad. I'm having to push just to try and stay with him. But our championship rival is always going to come to races like this where it's going to decide the championship if both riders are winning races, getting podiums, stuff like that. The thing we have to remember as well, Marquez, he DNF'd in round number 2 at Kota, so we got to remember that, and he's only, what, 3, 4, 5 points behind us, something like that. Yeah, he's managed to really put in some performances. He's taking a look. I'm not giving up. Crutchlow's behind. He's not going away. I'm kind of worried about him, actually. We're going to take it easy into turn 10 this time. Half a second off. See if we can get a good run down this back straight. We were quicker down this back straight. I call it a back straight. There are some corners in the middle of it. But this back end of the circuit we are pretty quick at. We fly through. Turn 11 now. Line it up perfect for turn 12. And then as soon as you hit the apex of turn 12, I bang on the brakes. Whack it down the gears, whack down the power mode, and we really have closed in on Marquez. We've perfected the second half of the lap. It's just the first half of the lap where Marquez is a little bit stronger, so gotta watch out for him. I've probably used up my extra lap of fuel or so just to try and keep touch with Marquez, so that's not ideal. Look after the tyres well. The tyres feel brilliant right now. I'm not worried about that. Crutchlow has now decided to drop off a little bit. We've gone 2 turns quicker than Marquez, but obviously we were pushing in power mode too, so whether he was doing the same or whether he was saving fuel or anything, I don't know what he's doing, but all I know is I want to get past him pretty soon. Going all the way if we can with him. Oh, I couldn't carry the momentum up the inside. He's still there. Oh, the rear. Come on. Oh, we got an awful exit compared to him. We're a lot closer this time around. Maybe we can go for an overtake. As soon as an overtake opportunity arises, I'm going for it. I'm not wasting any time. Okay, into turn 8. Just trying to, you know, apply the pressure to Mark. I need to get a good exit out of turn 10 here. I might even go for power mode 2 here just to try and get an overtake. And we can save fuel come the end. But while I've got the tyres, while we've got the performance, I kind of want to go for the overtake. He's someone up the inside. Whoa! Side by side through turn 12 and 13. He slipped from the rear and we're through. Is he going to get us back at the inside? He's running a little bit wide on exit. He's there still. Oh, he's on the outside though. It's not going to work for him. He tries to go the long way around. And breaking into the final corner now. He's still there. He's not going away. And we're through. And that battling has allowed Cal Crutchlow to catch up 36-3. Crutchlow's just gone 4 tenths quicker than us. Marquez side by side. He's giving us a little bit of light damage. That is not good. He's not getting through. I'm going to block him off there. But we've got some light aero damage, which isn't going to help. And Crutchlow's all over the back of Marquez now. Come on, fellow Brit. Help a Brit out. As we run it deep into turn 4 there. Gets back on track just ahead of Marquez. I'm annoyed about that. Marquez has given us a little bit of light damage. Don't seem to have lost a winglet, but still not optimal performance. We'll lose a little bit downforce. top end speed and braking will be affected now. But luckily Crutchlow's getting involved. But yeah, still holding on to first place then from Marquez in these tricky conditions as I run it wide at turn 10. Straighten the bike up though and we get a good exit. Crutchlow through on Marquez. Like I said, Crutchlow could help us out, but Crutchlow could also overtake us, which won't help us. I need to get the win. I don't think I've got the pace to knock off another 4/10. Coming around the final corner now. Crutchlow's still with us. The track is starting to dry up. There's a dry line forming. But we're still not able to go even quicker than the 36.4. Been involved in a little bit of a battle, so we're about a second down on our time. So Crutchlow behind us, Marquez in third, and our rear is not doing good. Getting a lot of slip from the rear. But let's see if we can bring this Aprilia home. We've got this lap and then 2 more to go. Bike's feeling pretty good, to be honest. A little bit wide again at turn 6. I'm all over the place. Come on, snap out of it. Let's go. Got to try and hold on to this lead. Any extra fuel I've got I'm going to use on the last lap to defend because I feel like they're going to come at us hard. Both of those Hondas. Oh, they're there. 4th place is kind of catching up. I think it's Quartararo by the looks of it. I can hear Crutchlow closing in behind. He's less than a 10th behind as well. There he is. Marquez runs a little bit deep as well. We're holding on for now. I can hear him. He's there. He's very much there. Pull away a little bit through there. Good news is we're slowing down Crutchlow's pace. But that's not good because he'll probably get an overtake on us. And we're running a little bit wide at 14. And I can actually see Quartararo catching up. I'm not adjusting to these drier conditions that are starting to come near the end of this race. It's just not working for our Aprilia. It seems very sensitive to changing conditions. 36.8. 35.7. Pardon? 35.7. Oh no. They're catching at a rate of knots, these guys. And I can't find the grip that they're finding on these dry lines that are starting to form. Oh, run a bit deep through that. Need to adjust our braking zones as there is a dry line starting to form. Just catching the dark grey there as we apply the power. Wonder what this lap time is going to be like compared to the last. But you see, just run it deep. This damage, I think, isn't helping us. And Crutchlow's through. That mistake from us has cost us the lead of the Grand Prix. If I don't get Crutchlow back soon, he's going to be gone. Come on, let's do what we did to Marquez. Up the inside. Here we go. Into turn 12. On the brakes. Cover him off. Oh, we switched it back to the inside. Crutchlow. That's a little bit crafty. But we're still P2. Still in P2. Round at turn 15 now. Still leading. We've got 1 more lap to go. A little bit wide. Oh. Give me some dry tyres. Come on. Let's go. Power mode 2. Crutchlow all over the back of us. Marquez is there. It's coming down to the wire. And I do not have the consistency. 35.5 from Quartararo. 36.4. I'm finally finding a bit more rhythm. But it's a little bit late now. We're on the last lap. The pressure's on to perform. Marquez is through. Marquez's championship depends on it as well. If he wants to try and stay in the race, he needs to get 2nd place. He needs to get the win, really. But crucially, he's back ahead of Crutchlow. That's not good. I was hoping Crutchlow could have helped us out a little bit. Obviously not meant to be. Chuck it in at turn 10. Say chuck it in. It's very tentative there. Very nervous. The bike doesn't feel great right now. It feels very nervous. We've got light damage, which doesn't help. But we're quick down the back end of the circuit, which helps us out. Imagine if Crutchlow would have got back at us there on the last lap at turn 13. It would be a completely different race for him. Now he's been demoted to P3, and he's probably going to get demoted to Quartararo as well. But last few corners, the bikes felt a little bit better through the second half of the lap. Luckily, what's our lap time going to be out the final corner? We go now out of Mazzano, the final corner. Come across the line, bit of power mode 2 just to help us on exit. It's going to be a 34.8. Wow. us four were going really quick at the end there. So yeah, 34.8, we found it on the last lap. 33.4 from Valentino Rossi. Those guys behind were going absolutely rapid, but in the end, we take the win. We extend the lead back to 7 points over Marc Marquez, which is good. It's still very tight with only a few more episodes to go. Who's going to come out on top? Is it going to be us or is it going to be Marc Marquez? We'll have to wait and see. Again, let me know, where do you want me to go next season? Start giving me ideas, because I do record these in advance. So yeah, in a few days I'll have probably recorded the whole rest of the season. So yeah, do let me know, and I'll try my best to accommodate everyone's choice. But that's been it for today's episode. I really do hope you have enjoyed. If you did, smash the like button. If you're new, subscribe for more, and I will see you guys in the next one.